Hey guys, welcome back to Grim Reaper for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Today we're gonna go over the secret rooms 4 to 6. I have completed them today. I've done my best to make these free to play as possible and not to have crazy gear requirements. The magic room will surprise you, it's quite quick. So let's get into the run of Secret 4 and then I'll show you the gear and stuff like that. So we have 3 legendaries here, but they're all free to play. All were formal login champions, so the champions are quite accessible. And we have Cephalia and Skull Crown in here to nuke. Now the reason why I choose these two over any other top tier nukers, which is quite a few epics that's top tier, is because both got double hitters on the A1, which is quite effective against Rhodos. I was a bit concerned about Rhodos and Sifi, but with saying that, we do have UDK, who is quite OP against Rhodos. So let's get into the gear requirements and I'll show you the gear. So we'll start off with the legendaries. We do have Mephala Lifebane, which is going to be the first one. This is my dragon on Lifebane, so it's nothing special, nothing crazy. This is the one I use for my dragon speed run with Badal. So you'll probably see this gear and build before. I've just looked for good speed, good resistance and accuracy because of the passive, as well as decent defense and HP. She does have brimstone because of the reasons where I use her, and these are the masteries. So nothing special here. It is what it is, and she just kind of does the job. She is a little bit OP as a free champion, but it's never bad stuff when they're a little bit OP. And they're free, right? Everyone has them. This is my Lydia. This is what I would normally use in Hydra, maybe on normal, if I do bring her in for the occasion. It's a bit rare for me to bring her in, but she's in a bolster set, so I do like her in a bolster set for arena offense in 3 vs 3. So nothing special here. I'm looking for good accuracy, speed, defense and HP, and that's about it. So as you can see, we do have reaction as well, but this is a arena build slash masteries for Hydra. So I'm just a bit lazy, don't want to pay the gems to change the masteries all the time, so we leave her what she's got. If it's not breaking the build, if it works, it works. This is again another arena build. This is my UDK. I do use him in Plat Arena on defense, my 3 vs 3, etc. And this guy, I also use him in offense, is an absolute tank and probably my favorite login champion. I just really love him. As you can see, I'm using him in live arena all the time as well, so these are my preferred stats. I'm just worrying about good HP, good defense, and then keeping the speed as low as possible. Everything else I've kind of forgot about really on him. And then we're going to go down to a nuke. So we do have a stun set nuke, and this is the gear that she's just running in faction wars all the time. Nothing special again. I'm just looking for good critical damage, good attack, and a stun set. So for stun set, we'll bring a bit of CC, and I just want to for its main ability. And these are masteries. Again, nothing special. I'm just looking for average speed, great critical damage, and attack. You don't need accuracy for the stun set. And again, Skull Crown, you would have seen her yesterday on the video for Secret Room 1 to 3, which I'll ping at the end of this if you're struggling in in the secret rooms. Again, nothing special, just fairly good stats, and nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy critical damage. And she has the 5,700 attack because of the blessing. So yeah, let's get into the second room, which is gonna be room 5 then. as you can see, these are all a bit of a pay to win for this room. This room is basically force defense champions, and a lot of people do struggle with this. Again, there's no preset, this is full auto as you saw in the clip, so there's nothing really to worry about. So let me tell you why this is free to play and stuff like that. Generally because these two are really old fusions. I didn't complete this fusion, I did pull in from a shard. I was playing the game, but I wasn't really completing the fusions. Cantra was my first ever fusion completed, and really helped me in spiders. And her gears always changing. She's just been an OG on my account on a lot of things, so a really good legendary for me. One of the people that carried me in spiders, especially in 19 and 20. When normal was around a couple of years ago. UDK, again, free to play. We've always spoke about him, we've always seen his build. Drexstar, who you can get in the Bazaar shop for free, and Razin, who you can free for free. So let's talk about the roles then. We have CC here, so we have in a Provoke set, we have another CC champion, and the only reason I put him in really just because he's free to play. And then again, he'll bring protection and continuous heals and shields, and he'll bring decreased attack, which is a buff for Cantra and a passive, and can do fairly some work with the Provoke. He's in a Hydra build, so he is fully built, and then Razin's just in Savage to full nuke and to kind of do some damage. We've gone with a accuracy aura, just see if we can drop some turn meter still as AoE and stuff like that. So this is what we've got. Let's go into the builds and see the builds. I haven't got to go far for Razin, so I will do a showcase on Razin at some point. Nuking, this guy doesn't hit crazy hard, but can do a little bit of damage, and his multipliers are okay. I think one of them are god tier. The problem is he just can't get round back enough for them, so that's his masteries. And we are lucky enough to have a 3-star blessing, which has been polymorph. So yeah, he'll obviously need accuracy for that in the future, which is a bit of a shame. We've already seen UDK, so we'll go for Cantra. So as you know, Cantra can land Provokes on an A3 if there is so many buffs. It has to be 5, so you do want to bring lots of them. These are really old masteries and stuff like that. So again, she can be used in Hydra, this sort of build, which is really cool, and will cycle through to her 2 abilities quite quickly. So as you can see, it's a bit of a Hydra build, but we lost some resistance and stuff on the way of a couple of weeks. So Provoke set is quite useful on her. It just gives her extra layer to give Provokes, but it doesn't give her it doesn't stack on top of her passive, so just bear that in mind. Just gives her like another chance of landing it. And then Fears of Presence is probably my recommendation as a tier 6 as a CC build. Amazing in Doomtower waves as well, especially if you're really struggling like Seafy and Rolus or anything like that. She could just lock down the waves. She wouldn't work on Seafy and Rolus, sorry, but she would work on others as well. And she does work on the Morty Macabre. So if you're struggling with Morty Macabre, just give loads of debuffs in there and try that way. We do have Skull Lord Vargal, again, these masteries. This is a really hot old Hydra build where I used to use him. I really love him for Hydra. I don't really tend to use him these days, but as you can see, the gear on him is a bit intense. Good resistance and good accuracy. It's just a really old build. So again, nothing too special, but nothing that can't be achieved. We do have, so I'll show you Razin, show you Drexstar, I believe. I don't think I showed Drexstar actually. So again, good HP, good defense, good speed, good accuracy. Again, it's kind of like a old build that we was doing for Ice Golem for him to solo. It's not easy to get him to solo for sure. These are the masteries. And I think that's about it. Let me just double check the team. Yeah, because we UDK, we showed you on the last video, and I've shown everyone else. Right, so there is a team. It did take a long time to do. It is slow as, and it's the only team out of the 3 teams that didn't get on a leaderboard in SP. But again, free to play. There is a lot of good alternatives in the game as epics, and as you can see, we have a few here. Rearguard Sergeant, someone use Support Essential is okay. She'll bring increased defense. Rain Beast is really like pushable, and Skull Crusher would be okay with like champions like Kandra and Razan, who has a hard hitting ability on A1 and just gives him extra chance to provoke, etc. So not a bad options either. Let me know who you're using to clear this room down below. I'm kind of really interested to hear and who you're using to clear these rooms. So let's go into room 3 now, sorry, room 6, and this is going to be the surprising one for you guys. It is free to play, so we'll do our best with that, and the only legendaries we're using again are for more fusion, so let's get into it. Okay, so we have the final room for today. This is the best attempt I could come up with to be free to play ish. We do have a epic, we do have a Great Hydra epic as well. Yugo is probably one of the best. A lot of people have 6-starred. We have a champion that normally gets used with Seer for the buff, so it brings CC, etc., and is a lot epic from the secret rooms on normal, so he's really easily attainable. I think he's probably the first one or the second one if I remember correctly. I've had him for a very long time and I really do enjoy it. He's probably like a good top 10 epic in the game and just brings a lot of utility. So top 10 in P versus E. Brognin Priest, who was a formal fusion, and then Kreela, formal fusion. Kreela is actually the nuker here, so she will bring ally attack, but also will buff herself as she will nuke. So I've always used her to nuke in this room. This is the same kind of style of team as I always used, and I've always been able to do it before I had a blessing, so she could definitely hit hard enough to kill this. It is pretty quick. I do have the third fastest team in SP, which I'll take that quite well, because I could have cheated and used champions like Kaimar, etc., and I haven't. So I'm really proud of this team to be third. So there is a few people that could probably beat it if they put some effort into the gear. But Kreela is like the secret nuker right now. Let me down know in the comments if you'd like to see a showcase on Kreela for Arena as like a secret nuker, as a secret nuker in live arena, but also classic arena. I'm really kind of interested to do one and see if she has any good synergy with Cardio. That would be quite interesting to see, because my Cardio is slightly a bit faster than her, and see if she could just offer something a bit different or throw people off maybe. So definitely could be a very strategy wise one. So let's go into the gear and I'll show you the gear requirements. So Brognin the Priest is around here somewhere. Obviously he has one set bolster and then a protection set as well for the extra HP. So we've got 126,000 HP, 223 speed, and 3,000 defense. So really good substats there, and obviously Fallen Wrath really helps. He does have Bolt Work as a tier 6 mastery. I do use him sometimes on classic arena, in 3 vs 3 arena. So this is his kind of build that I like him in. I do have 2 Brognin Priests. I'm definitely really lucky there, so that carried me for a very long time. We'll go for a second legendary here. So we've got Kreela. She is normally used in budget and killables, doing Kreelable. I used her for a very long time now. She helped me get my first 2-key Ultra Nightmare with Draco when I was running a full free comp. And then these are kind of the masteries. So I'm really happy to see her come back in and has some little bit of utility. I do use her in Faction Wars as well, because she gives the bus for Seer to nuke. So what we've got a attack with triple speed, critical damage with triple flat attack, and then attack with attack. So you can see these stats are quite good. Speed, boots, attack with critical rate, critical damage with flat attack, and then triple speed here. We have a double critical damage and triple speed here. So I do want her quite fast. I do build her quite fast. So she's 234. We have a 4,786 attack, which is not bad. Bear in mind she's a support champion, so that's pretty damn good for a support champion. She only needs to be built with 70% critical rate, because she does buff herself and she does buff her attack as well. So that is something to bear in mind. And she gives herself a whopping 272 critical damage. I would like to see that towards 300. I could afford to slow it down a little bit. And then a 5-star Reaper, which is pretty amazing as well. I have a 6-star Reaper on the Ghost Spawn, so it's really nice to have that available for me. So we're going to go into Gorgonrath. So Gorgonrath's just in here to revive really, and he's just been built with high HP, good speed, some sets that are just left over with like Immortal and stuff like that, and these are his sets. So good speed, good defense, good HP, and these are his masteries, which where I used to use him probably about 3 years ago was in Arena. I got Arbiter before him, so yeah. This is a Hydra build, so these are the masteries that we use. This is for what I use on Nightmare and stuff like that. So we have triple refresh. This is not the correct banner for her for Hydra, but it was just laying around, so yeah. And then we're just building good HP and good defense, good speed, and good accuracy. So she's quite quick and a very useful build. And then the final one will be the champion, who is in a shield set for Seer. Obviously I do use him in my Ice Golem 9, speedruns, which I'll ping this video at the end of this, so you can watch that if you're interested in it. And yeah, the shield set's just really useful for Kyle to rip off. So that's his gear, nothing too special on the masteries either. So there we are, guys. There is Secret Rooms 1 to 3, which was released yesterday for free to play, and now we have 4 to 6 as free to play as well, using formal champions like fusions and stuff like this. And this is why I always say, make sure you get the fusion. Gold is gold. Doesn't matter if you think it's useful or not. If you are a low spender or free to play, then if you pick up these champions, they will come somewhere. And this is very useful to have these legendaries available. So there we are. Hope you enjoy this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And I'll see you on the next one tomorrow, which will be from 7 till 9. Peace out.